You guys might be wondering, what's he doing? Do we still have the light hanging out there? Did he do anything? No. No, he did not. But when all the snow melts and you got a 50-something degree day in the middle of January, even though it's raining, you still take a road trip. Guys, it's like the road trip gods just shine upon us, because in the last 30 seconds, the sun's starting to come out. And I know every time you see the tundra, you're like, is he going to get another project? There's no trailer on the back, so no. And as far as this guy goes, I did not make any more progress. But as promised, I sat in that seat right there and made truck noises for a little while. And you know what? That was enough. That was enough for me for now. Then Nick hooked us up. Like you guys know, we're always talking. Me and all my buddies, we're always like, back and forth. And it's usually about cars, parts, motorcycles, all the above, whatever. So Nick hits us up and is like, dude, I found a deal that you should probably jump on. He shoots me the link over there to the old marketplace that we have all become a slave to. And, well, you know what? He was right. So I'm going to grab some things out the back here because a little dark. It's all right. Got lights. I don't want to scratch this stuff up, so we're going to... Luckily, the movers, when I moved in here like 1,000 years ago, left these, and I still got some left. So I'm going to throw those in the truck, and then I'll talk to you a little bit more because, well, like I said, we're on a road trip. Well, we're about to be. What am I going to do besides talk? Chaz, just shut up! Shut up! So I try to stay ready to go pick stuff up, right? I got a tow hitch underneath the seat back there that's the same size as the U-Haul trailer, so you never know, right? Some tie downs under the seat, all the things you're going to need. I didn't have any blankets. Now we got blankets in the back because we're not getting a whole vehicle. Even though I tried to, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But the parts I'm getting, we don't want to scratch them up, You're probably wondering too, like, what is this guy getting? For what vehicle is this for? Because I got a couple. That was a huge puddle, guys. Anyway, the best part about this trip is I'm not going alone. So, I'm actually cruising over to Jimbo's to scoop up Meagan, and she's going to be co-piloting and probably talking trash in the background throughout this video. If you guys watched any videos with her in it, that's exactly what she does. Why am I bringing her? I kind of like her. That's why I'm bringing her. All right, guys. We'll see you when she's with us. What's up? Are you recording now?
Yeah.
Excuse me. You sure you're not taking another picture?
Nope.
All right. Well, as you can see, it's getting a little dark outside there. Megan's almost hanging out the window because she doesn't know how to zoom out, I guess.
I can't. That's as far out as it goes.
That's it?
You got a big head.
iPhone problems. But, so yeah, so we're picking her up. We did. I picked her up like 30 years ago. Again. So, we're about five miles out from the dude's house.
Okay, it's this next light.
I'm making a left?
Yep.
All right. So, like I said, Nick sent me the ad for just a part of this truck. And then I went into the guy's thing. He had other stuff listed. And it was like, hey, he's got the whole truck for sale. So I tried to buy the whole truck, but apparently I was too late. He already had the rear end out of it and some other things. So, but it gave me a smoking deal on the parts as I think I need. So that was good. I'm kind of hoping it stops raining right as we get to his place because I don't really want to get wet doing this.
You're about to 500 feet, make a right on 3rd.
Making a right on 3rd. This one right here, huh?
Yep.
Chances of it not raining at his house are very slim because we are 6 minutes away. Hopefully he's got an awning. So that's what we're rooting for, an awning. And after we get everything loaded, because like, I don't know this dude, and then probably doesn't want to be recorded. Maybe he does, I don't know. But we'll show you what we get because I think I know what I'm getting, but I'm not sure. All the parts are green, so that's pretty dope, except for the parts that are gray. And then we're gonna get somewhere to eat. Where do you want to eat?
I don't know.
Leave a comment if you know a good place to eat in Sykesville, Maryland.
Okay.
You recording?
Yep.
Is that better than yours?
Yeah.
So, it didn't stop raining. I got very wet. The good news is he didn't have a driveway that went back to his shop. He just built the shop, so I don't blame him. I'm mad at him for it. I might be a little mad because my shoes were all wet and muddy. There was a little ways. We carried some stuff, but I didn't take everything I was looking at. I took doors. I didn't take a tailgate because mine's actually better than that one, I think. Some interior pieces, a bumper. I think that's what I took. Is that right?
No.
Should I tell them about that tailgate?
No.
Why not?
Let it go.
So the hunt continues to see if we find a better tailgate. If not, whatever. I still haven't mentioned what vehicle this is for, have I?
I don't know what you recorded before me, so.
I forget what I recorded before you. So this might make sense or it might not, but you'll see when I show you. We're heading home right now. He's got some Jersey Mike's on.
Yep.
And I'm hungry as a hostage. I have not been eating like all day.
Don't forget.
Well, I did have breakfast.
You gotta get my car.
Yeah, we gotta stop over at Jimbo's and pick up Megan's whip. And still raining. And my foot's wet.
Mm-hmm.
That's about where we're at.
I'm nice and dry.
Yeah, Megan stayed in the vehicle the entire time.
Yep.
It was running, she had music playing and, climate control.
Yep.
And Leanne, I don't remember the dude's name, but I will look at it on my message thing. Super cool guy. Nice, he wanted to brag about how much younger he was, but whatever. No, he wasn't bragging. He had some cool stuff. We'll talk about it after I show you the parts, because that makes more sense. But yeah, I guess that's about it. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Megan probably won't be there because.
Nope.
Yeah. So at least say goodbye now.
Bye.
Well, guys, it's the next day, and it is a beautiful Southern Maryland day. It's supposed to be like 55 degrees today. Sun's out, birds are chirping. Guys getting ready to go on a motorcycle ride, which I'm not going to partake in, but I might be a little jealous because it's effing gorgeous out here, right? But we got some stuff to do, and unloading all this stuff is priority one right now. And it's not just here, so obviously that's pretty packed. We kind of, yeah, it kind of ended up in here too, which is fine. I didn't want to put the plastic stuff with the metal stuff because, they start clanging and the metal stuff wins every time. So that stuff's brittle to begin with, guys. We'll pull it all out. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm having a little bit of buyer's remorse with some of this. I do it all the time, guys. The kid can vouch for this. When I bought the Jeep, on the way there, I started having buyer's remorse. And I love that thing. I've had it 7 years. So don't read too much into it. That's what I'm saying. All right. So I'm gonna unload this thing, and we'll go through it. All right, so I'll show you what we bought, kind of where my mind was and all that kind of thing. Obviously, you saw me unload a whole bunch of stuff. I'll let you know what it all is. First and foremost, we're looking right at them. Set of doors. Clearly, the paint's pretty close, like exact. These are the ones Nick saw this ad, sent it to me, and I was like, yo, nice. No rust to speak of. There's a very, 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 very little bit, right. No, that's dirt. This door maybe? Let's see. Hope I don't drop it like you guys watched me drop that door off. That was an ordeal, huh? There it is. Right there. That's all the rust on the door. I'll show you everything else here, and then we'll talk about it. Full doors, glass, window mechanisms, all that, door panels, the whole shooting match. Other than the fact that these are not painted, which really, really, really bothers old Wade. The ones that I have are perfect. We do have new armrests, so this is in worse shape than mine. This door panel, which not a big deal. I got to swap out a door panel. The paint looks pretty good until you looked at the knucklehead. Had those vent visor things. They were on there in the picture, and now they're not. I don't know how gingerly they may have been removed, and I don't think gingerly at all, but that might clean up. That probably will, honestly. That's kind of my thing, guys. You guys have seen, here, let's take a look at the interior, right? I can polish a turd, all right? I did it with everything we've had in the shop. It's just, Kevin mentioned it, it kind of comes from not having a lot of money when you're a little kid, teenager, when you're younger, that's the word I'm looking for, and making stuff work. So it's free to clean stuff, right? But you can't argue with the results, right? So I'm kind of thinking the same thing here, even though, oh no. I just realized, guys, these are 2,500 doors. These are for a 3/4 ton. It's not going to fit. I'm kidding. It's the exact same truck. But, so that's where we're at with this. This was a long bed, 4-wheel drive, 3/4 ton these things came off of. Not that it matters. But that's where we're at with the doors. I'll show you, right here. Here goes the down and dirty on this door, which I honestly think is just surface rust. And then over here, I had a plan for these as well. I don't think this is as bad as Nick anticipated it being, because he bought door bottoms and was going to weld them up. I had a different plan. I may still have a different plan. So we'll see how all this goes. So, front bumper with the valance. Balance ain't perfect. I did think that the license plate bracket was in better shape, but I'm mistaken. See if I can block the sun. It's broken there. Some cracks here and there on the valance. It's in better shape than the valance I have. You guys know this already, right? I'll show you. We don't have a valance. For some reason, we have these tow hooks, which is not needed on a 6-cylinder 2-wheel drive, but they're there. The problem with this bumper, I actually really like this bumper, except for right there. That's what put me in the market for a new one. Now I'm wondering, with the scuff and stuff there, that I think this will polish up pretty good. However, I can't polish out that dent right there, nor, this is really easy to do one-handed, guys, nor can I polish out the hole somebody put in from the light bar or whatever they had. So we're going to see how this works. That's where some of my concern starts, with the bumper right there. This stuff here is from a model up. This is the, as you guys know, white trash edition. So there's no trim to speak of, right? This stuff goes on the back pillar there, like right in that region there. Obviously this would do the same. Pretty nasty. Maybe it'll clean up. Headline is different, if you notice, because this panel goes back here that would have the dome light in it and cover this here, and this piece here would go right below the window, clearly on the inside. This goes above the door. So I'll show you what we're, let me go this way because the other door is being blocked by a door. We got a lot of doors, guys. I'll tell you what. So if you look here, that A-pillar, and then bam, it stops. And there's nothing left. There's nothing more, right? And then here, you guys saw when I put it all in, I think. There's, let me get a light. Come on, what are we doing here? My first day? That's the thing about the Pugliese Speed Shop experience. Every day is like our first day, guys. That's great. All right? Where are we at here? So you see, I got this little guy down the bottom there, right? And that's it. That's the end of the so these two holes are wide open. And then we got speaker thing. That's easier to see over there. Speaker thing over there. And that's it, guys. That's all the trim. You know, so we have a really small piece of trim on the back here. And then nothing above the door. And these guys here, they're pretty beat. So, what do? God, that closes good. We got all this stuff that would go around the back, if we want to. So yeah, I'm putting you by this headliner. I know I'm doing a lot of walking around, and hopefully I'm not giving you guys seasickness or something. This one's a little different. For this, obviously it's a lower quality, but again, this is in great shape, so we're not worried about that. But that's where your dome light would go. And then, over here, we got, I think these are off the dash. I think he's just giving me some extra stuff. Here's, like I said, he's a really nice guy. Yeah, this is the dash, that's the dash. This would be a different dome light, all the hardware and whatnot. Oh shit handle. I don't know that these are in better shape than mine. Maybe slightly. They're bigger. 3/4 ton. Got a mirror on it. And then the seat belts. Because, well, these are all beat up. Everything works fine. The belts themselves look to be, well, now I'm looking in slightly better shape than the ones on the truck. Let me show you what's on the truck. You guys are getting tours of all sorts of crap you didn't care about, huh? Here's the ones on the truck. This one is the driver's side. You know, that's why the steering wheel's here. It's funny how they did that, right? So it's, you know, a little beat up, little, you know, maybe it'll clean up. I tried, didn't really do a whole lot. I think the passenger side's better because obviously it got used less. See if I'm right. Yeah, it's just down there. And actually up here is fine. It's it could be cleaner. It's not the cleanest thing in the world, but this was a work truck. So, what do I do, guys? What do I do? I'll say what I'm tripping about. Guys, this is so clean in here. I don't know that I want to pull anything apart. Like I said, you see that armrest is missing right there. We got 2 brand new ones over there that Nick already bought. That's an easy fix, and everything in here is just beautiful. My watch likes to talk for no reason. These door panels are not as good as the ones I have in there. I know old Wade's going to argue, though, because he really hates whatever was done. I don't hate it. I think it kind of adds to the 90s theme, but I don't know. Might need some help here, guys. All right, I'm going to sit down on this old busted seat here for a minute and explain to you guys where my issues are and what I'm thinking. So, my original idea when I saw the doors that are on there, guys, I got my license living in the Pocono Mountains in Pennsylvania. You want to see rust, forget about it, all right? My father-in-law, when he lived up there, would take duct tape every year and put it on the new rust holes he had on his Datsun so it'd pass inspection, right? So we've dealt with it like my whole life. I got it. This little surface rust, I don't think it's a big deal. Now the guys in California would just throw the whole thing away. Honestly, I was going to sand it down, see exactly how bad it is, rust convert it, maybe fill it and shoot over it, call it a day. That's where my brain was at. And then the passenger side is not even as bad as the driver's side. So the driver's side's good. The passenger side will be like, no problem, right? Okay, cool. We'll paint match it as best as we can because none of the paint's perfect, but it's all decent. And at the end of the day, we're looking at a daily driver, shop truck, whatever you want to call it, right? So looking at it that way, that bumper ain't so bad, especially I might just go a little bit lower and then you have to lay on the ground to see it. So there's that, because the rest of that bumper is actually really nice. So obviously I'm looking at the truck. The guy also had a tailgate that in the pictures looked way better than mine. I got there and it had like a diamond plate thing on the top, and that was, they threw something to bed at some point. That was dented, which beat the crap out of the tailgate itself, and then there was a plastic liner, so there was some rust on the inside. When we took that off, and I don't blame this guy for it. The guy was super cool, and he's like, "Hey, dude, you want to just take it?" And I was like, "Nah, we're good." Just he's like, "I'll just throw it on the wall." Sure, man, whatever, right? Because he knew it was pretty beat up. But there's no reason for me to take it. Mine is actually better, in better shape. Even though mine's got the same little rust on the bottom, it's all surface rust, guys, which I don't really care about. As long as you catch it, that's the key, right? So, I don't know. And actually, that tailgate, the handle, nothing worked. So, mine needs some adjustment, but it opens and closes. So, why would I get myself in a worse situation? I don't know, guys. I'm not mad about it because if, let's say I don't use these doors, I can resell them and get my money back, right? Guy didn't like take me for a ride on them. That gave me a good deal, so I could do that. Like, honestly, if I'm like the way the pricing all goes, basically I paid for the doors and the bumper and everything else you kind of threw in is really where the pricing goes. Either way, the headliner, I got to redo it, and I already got, we're going to do our thing on that. So no matter which one we use, it's a push there. I'm just concerned that plastic stuff is so discolored. It looked better when it was in the truck, and then I got there, and that's another thing. I got there, younger dude, just built his shop up. He had a pretty dope LS swapped RX-7 in the corner. He was building a four-wheel drive OBS. He bought the truck that all these parts came off of just because it had a 5-speed and he needed a 5-speed for his truck. And he's like, well, let me get rid of this thing. Some things happened. Like I said, he sold the rent out of it and all that kind of stuff. And, well, ended up not working out the way he wanted. Like he said, he's like, if I ever had to do this again, I'm selling the whole truck, which is what I was going to buy off of him. My plan was, because it had a rusted frame too. I said, hey, I'll buy this truck. I was going to get everything I wanted and then scrap it. Send it to the junkyard. And we've already talked how the junkyard helps people. Someone with a rusty frame, a long bed with a locked up motor and a rusty frame. There's enough out there. We can let that one go to the junkyard and service other vehicles the way it might service this one, right? Like that's how Nick got the fenders that are super nice. It's just you make it work. I just don't know that that's what's going to happen here, and it's upsetting. And I said I wasn't going to mention it. Well, Megan told me not to mention it, but guys, I've mentioned it before. Grab stuff when you can, because there was a tailgate that was mint. I mean, mint for like $150, which is what beat up ones go for, right? And I saw it. I was like, I'll get around to it. Never did. Of course, it sold, and now I can't find one. It was even the same color, and it was the exact same tailgate. So I'm dwelling on that, thinking about how nice that was. This stuff's not as nice as I was hoping. It's how he described it. Maybe I went into it thinking, that I could save the world and fix everything. But I don't know. I think I got everything is about in the same state of wear as mine, if maybe not a little bit worse in some cases. So then I'm kind of looking at as well, it's a work truck. And I'm not a big let me take this GTO or this Le Mans and make it look like a GTO. I'm not a clone guy or a tribute guy. I don't care about that kind of crap. I like what I like, and that's it. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with people that, they want this version of whatever, but that's just not my thing, right? So by me adding all this other trim and all that, am I trying to make it a, I don't know, Sierra, Silverado, whatever models? No. So maybe I just pay homage to what it is, do the work truck interior, which we've pretty much, other than the nicer seat and the carpet, which, well, it's not a whole lot. It's a pickup. There's not a whole lot else in this thing. Who am I kidding, right? But maybe I just do that. Because I'm not changing the grill, even though quite a few people want me to. And I'm going to leave that badge of honor, that WT on the back, because it's where it is. So I got a lot of thinking to do, guys. And got a little ride ahead of me today. So I would be dwelling on this for that entire ride, because that is what I do. So either you're going to see me bolting these doors and the bumper and stuff on this thing, or watch my Facebook and you might see some really clean OBS parts come up for sale. Because the doors are, they're dirty. That's it. There's the passenger side is not a lick of rust. Not even a speck. So, like I said, the guy sold me exactly what he said he was selling me. I'm not upset with him at all. I just think I kind of had I don't know. What do you call it when you hope for the best? Well, you should always hope for the best. You know what I'm saying. So, I don't know. I'm rambling because I don't know what the hell to do here. So, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Do I just leave the doors that are there? By the way, me and Nick put those super robust door pins in on the right side. He actually had the left side done before I got there. The doors lined up awesome. They closed awesome. They were kind of a pain in the ass to put in. So, what do I do? You also might notice when I was showing you everything else, there are boxes piling up in the back of this truck because phase one of the interior is done. Phase one of the whole all the way around truck is just about done. Next week or so, we should bring it for inspection. And then after that's when all the cool stuff starts. So, remember we always say, guys, if you want to have the coolest thing in the parking lot, you better be ready to put in some work. Sometimes that work means convincing your wife to jump in the truck on a Friday night in the pouring rain, sit through Baltimore traffic, unload stuff that's, I don't know, 100 yards away from your truck in the pouring rain, ruin your new shoes, and ride home very wet. But, on a high note, we got Jersey Mike's on the way home. So that was pretty great. However, some of you guys might know, if it was Long Island Mike's, it'd be a way better sandwich. You don't believe me? Fight me, because I stand by what I said. But hopefully you guys weren't annoyed by this rambling. Kevin probably was. I'm sure Jess is talking trash sitting right next to him right now. Thanks for watching, guys.